Hey, well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Yoga Church with Tracy K. We're so grateful that y'all could join with us today online. And I got some friends in the house on site with us. Can y'all make some noise? Yeah, so we're grateful that you can join with us. And I just wanted to give a quick little devotional as we get into this time. And I don't know about you, but life can get crazy sometimes and busy. And one of the things I appreciate that's across many spiritual writings is to take time to be still and to really center ourselves in the moment, to breathe, to do those things. So that's very much a part of many religious traditions, especially the Judeo-Christian tradition. And my higher power, Jesus, used to do this thing where he would go away in the Greek word in the eremos, the wilderness, the alone space, the solitary space. And he would spend time just in silence and meditation and prayer. So I've learned that for me in yoga, I like to have an intention or something that I'm kind of like meditating on or carrying through the practice. Not everybody does that. Some people just do yoga because it's like for fitness or health or so many other things. But one of my consistent ways that I try to have an intention is for me, because I have a hamster wheel going on up here, is just to center myself in my body. And I find that my higher power kind of communicates to me through that. So I just kind of tune in to the music and to Tracy's voice and just kind of let myself go. And I feel that that's a spiritual practice that helps me get still, be present, breathe, and really kind of anchor myself in my higher power. So I'm about to turn it over to Tracy. Again, we want to thank you all for being with us today. And please share this with your friends, post the link out there. And those who are joining on YouTube, you can text the link to your friend, email it, do all of that. So the more people we can have joining us that would appreciate something like this, the better. So, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tracy.
Hi, welcome in. Welcome to Church Yoga, everyone. Welcome to those that are new, those that are returning, and those that have been following us for the past couple of weeks. And thank you, Mike. Thank you for introducing me and also the other yogis that have joined us this afternoon. I'm so glad that you mentioned about being still and also intentions. That brings up a good little chat for me right here, right now. One of the things that helps me in going through the day, that keeps me in the moment, and because I do like to project sometimes, I don't know if anybody can relate to that, if you're anything like I am, and the way my hamster wheel runs is projecting and already planning the wreckage of my future. Or, thinking about things in the past is, a real quick go-to for me is to quickly look where my feet are at, and it brings me right back to the moment. My feet are right here, right now. And to pause, I know things, I was just speaking to someone else today in recovery and talking about those things that are going to crop up during the day, when agitated or irritated. Thank God I have a tool in my spiritual toolkit I can pick up, and it's to pause when agitated and irritated. Those things are going to crop up during the day. My walk isn't always about, tulips and sunshine and rainbows, so I have that pause to go to and be still in that moment. Also, setting intentions, you typically hear that at the beginning of a yoga class. And, I can remember my first moments in yoga, and it was all about setting an intention on how good I could be on the mat and how wonderful my pose was going to be and how much I was going to sweat and how I was going to look the best, and setting an intention in that form was not what setting an intention is. And throughout the years, my setting an intention has changed. And what I've learned about setting an intention is that setting an intention is being treating myself well, like through loving myself, through loving kindness. And when I do that by setting an intention, then it manifests itself, and I can bring that out off of my mat and out into the world. And that's my intention while I'm setting it on my mat, while I'm doing my practice, practicing that and bringing it out into the world. So practicing some loving kindness to myself, compassion with myself, and also in turn bringing it from my mat and off out to the world. Does it happen every day? Absolutely not. But I do try to be better than I was yesterday. So with that being said, let's go ahead and we're going to join together here, and we're going to take the pose Sukhasana, which is the pose of ease. Everybody's there. By connecting our sit bones to the mat, basically sitting in Indian style. If that's uncomfortable for you, if you have any injuries on your ankles or knees, then of course you can bring your legs straight out in front of you, staying active in both feet and just resting your palms on your knees. And this is staff pose. So we're just going to take a moment here to center up. Just take a moment to tune into ourselves and to begin our practice. Maybe set an intention for your practice here on the mat. And making any necessary adjustments and becoming relaxed. You may go ahead and close your eyes. Maybe finding both of your palms upon your knee. Maybe face down to reserve any energy. And bringing them face up to receive energy. Whichever feels good for you. And just taking a moment here and checking in with yourself. Checking into how you're feeling right here, right now. Noticing your surroundings. Noticing the air upon your skin. Bringing awareness to your breath. Noticing the natural rhythm of it without trying to change it. And noticing the rise and fall of your belly as you continue to breathe in and out. And just noticing the flow and how effortless your breath is on each inhalation and each exhalation. And starting at your root chakra, just feeling a sense of connectedness through the sit bones and up through the thighs. And maybe imagining the color of red. This is the place where our survival is created through the root chakra. Our energy is survival. And on your next breath, and as you exhale, having a sense of ease up through the hips and up through the sacral chakra, imagining a color of yellow, and this is your sweet spot, your place of sensitivity, your sexual drive, and your place of comfort. And as you continue to breathe, rolling through your solar plexus, imagining a color of orange. And bringing your navel to spine. And this is where your drive is. This is what connects you to the rest of the world and yourself. And on your next inhale, taking in the color of a light green. This is your heart center. And this center is encased with the 3 chakras above and the 3 chakras below. Encased with love, with each of them surrounding the light green heart and the green light that shines green. And on your next breath, taking in a deeper breath through the throat chakra, imagining the color blue. And maybe activating your Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Creating that ocean sound in the back of your throat. Activating energy or tapas, creating heat. Preparing for today's practice. And on your next breath, relaxing your shoulders down and away from your ears, maybe rolling them up, back down and around, opening up through heart center. And now imagining the color of indigo, the place where your third eye is located, right between the brow, right between the middle of the eye, the middle of the forehead. On your next inhale, pressing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Imagining a color of violet and visualizing your breath as it presses up and out of the crown of your head. This is the place of your consciousness, your higher self. And as you continue to breathe, and by adding body movements, like a meditation in motion, let's bring both palms together, heart center, Anjali Mudra. And we'll keep our eyes open when you're ready. And let's bring both palms up, nice and slow, up through center. Inhaling in, taking a slow but gentle motion up, and then exhaling through, palms through center. And just imagine taking it easy, not being in a rush. Feeling a stretch through the back of your neck, rounding through your back, hollowing through your belly here, bringing belly to spine. And then again here, pressing through the palms and inhaling, palms up through center, following your gaze as your palms flow up nice and slow. Continuing to breathe. And then exhaling, palms as they come slowly through, flowing. Imagining the ebb and flow of the water in the ocean as the waves flow nice and easy and slow. Feeling a stretch maybe in the back of the neck, rounding through the back, hollowing the belly, and tucking your chin. And let's move up through center one more time, nice and slow. Pressing through the palms, feeling a little resistance perhaps in. Let's take it to the top. We'll interlace our fingers here. Now either you can stay here if this feels good. And let's go ahead and ground down through the thighs. And if it feels comfortable for you, go ahead and flip your palms, pressing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to go ahead and lower our gaze down towards the mat. This way, feeling a stretch through the shoulders, through the core, through the back of the neck. And taking in about 3 rounds of breath here, connecting. And as we release here, releasing our fingertips, let's go ahead and pressing the air away. Arms come down beside us. And we'll bring our palms behind us, interlacing our palms, pressing palms down towards the mat. Feeling an openness through the chest, through heart center. And let's go ahead, bringing our gaze up towards the ceiling, nice and slow. Feeling that stretch through the shoulder girdle. Grounding down through the thighs. And honoring your body where it's at. And let's go ahead and release here. We'll bring our palms down beside us and bring our gaze to the center. We're going to go ahead and do some neck stretches here. We'll take the right ear over the right shoulder and take the right fingers to the left ear, gently tugging. Left fingertips press into the mat, feeling a stretch through the left side of the neck, left shoulder. And we'll go ahead, release here. Taking the left palm, pressing into the mat, and right arm comes up and over, pressing through the right fingertips. So feeling that line of energy from the right palm and down. Connecting with the breath. Feeling the stretch on the right side through the obliques. And we'll release here. Right arm comes down next to you. Let's take it to the other side. Left ear comes over left shoulder. And left fingertips to left ear. Nice and gentle. Right fingers press into the mat. Maybe feeling that stretch through the right side of the neck and right shoulder. And let's release the left fingers. We'll take the right palm pressing into the mat, and the left arm comes up and over. Pressing through the left fingers. Connecting with the breath, grounding down through the thighs. And feeling a sense of openness through the left side. Feeling connected. And let's release. Our right palm down. Right. Let's take our palms, let's bring them to our knees, and we're going to stimulate the spine and maybe open up the hips a little bit. Just bringing some rotations around. Nice and easy. Maybe we've been sitting behind a desk all day, or maybe lifting or driving the car. So just stimulating the spine. The spine is loving us right now. And opening our hips up. And I know I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it. I don't like to refer to my hips as junk drawers, but this is where we usually keep most of our stress, most of our worries, and most of our doubts and fears, you know? So that's a lot of junk right there. You know? And that's where we store it, is in our hips and our shoulders. Next time we go through center, we'll go ahead and reverse. Take it to the other side. Show that side some love. Maybe going back to your intention you set for yourself at the beginning of the practice. Even though I didn't cue for it, but I did talk about it tonight. And we'll take one more rotation here, and then we'll come back up to center. And we're going to go ahead and come into our best version of puppy pose. So we're going to bring our arms up and palms in, fold forward, coming onto our forearms. We're going to come onto our knees, about hip width distance apart. Chest comes down to the mat, and we're stretching through the belly. Tailbone presses back, and depending on the stretch you are looking for, either you can bring your chin to the mat or you can keep your forehead there. So depending on the stretch is where you're going to place your chin or forehead. Connecting with the breath, feeling the stretch through the shoulders, feeling the stretch through the belly. Tailbone presses back. On your next exhale, let's press back. Big toes come together. Knees spread as wide as your body will allow, and we'll take our child's pose. Arms extend forward and palms press into the mat. This is the pose of surrender. One of my favorite poses. Taking a moment here, connecting with the breath, maybe letting go of something that's heavy. Letting go of something that is no longer serving you and leaving it here on the mat. And on your next breath, let's press up here. We're going to take our tabletop. So the best version of tabletop for you, taking your palms underneath your shoulders, knees are hip width distance apart. And let's roll into some cat and cows. So we're going to follow our gaze up, inhaling up, arcing through the spine, and tailbone presses up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, rounding through the back, hollowing through the belly, pressing up and out of the shoulder joints for cat pose. So making these your own and finding what feels good for you in these poses. These poses are not linear. You can make them your own. So listen to what your body's calling for. Maybe taking a look towards your heels, getting into your hips, opening them up. let's bring our palms up about an inch. We're going to drop our hips down. We're going to take a few rotations, bringing them down, maybe about 3 on each side. So when you've done your third, maybe as you pass through center, then you can reverse to the other side. Maybe here's some snap, crackle, pops.
Everything is back. Express kick.
And we'll go ahead and reverse to the other side. Oh my goodness. I did the ab cruncher yesterday. And it's very hard. And let's move into, once you've completed your rotations of hip movement, we'll move into the flow of the cobra, inhaling in, bending at the knees, and moving through scorpion, and exhaling into child's pose. Finding the rhythm of breath and movement that works for you, and just flowing in to each pose. And we'll flow into cobra. And as we press back here, let's move back into our tabletop. So we'll do a little something different tonight. I mean, it's not so different, but I don't know if we've done it before. So we'll come to our tabletop. Now, if anybody's wrists start to get a little tired, please sit back on your sit bones, take a break if you need to, shake them out if you need to, rotations. So we're going to bring both knees together, okay, and we're going to take the right leg, kick it back, as if we're kicking into a wall. And we're going to lift the right leg up. Take it to the left. Also, take your gaze over to the left. Feel a stretch on either side. And as you connect to your breath, taking in this pose, on your last breath, as you exhale, let's take the leg all the way over to the right. And right here, we're going to root to rise. And right here, we're going to take a gate pose. So left arm comes up to the midline and just simply taking a nice little stretch. You feel the stretch on the left side. And then as we exhale, left palm comes down, right arm comes up to the midline. Now, basically, we're doing a modified side plank, okay? Modified side plank. If you want to get a little frisky, you can bring the right leg up. Otherwise, right leg can stay down. And then we're going to bring it forward. Right leg comes back, and then exhale, right knee forward. We'll go ahead and take a seat back and shake out the wrists. Are your wrists hurting?
Oh, I can't stay that long.
Okay.
I just want to wait for you to talk.
All right. And we're going to go ahead and take it to the other side. So both knees together. Left leg comes back as if you're kicking into the wall. So we're staying active in that left foot. Lifting left leg up and over to the right. Each side might be different for you. We're going to take our gaze over to the right. And you can look back and see your foot, maybe taking it right there, stretching a little bit. You're stretching all the way from your left foot all the way up to your left, the left side of your neck. You should feel that. And we'll take one last breath here, and we'll release the left leg, taking it back up to center, and then exhale over to the left. So the foot is at the length of the mat. We're going to root to rise, and then right arm comes up to the midline, and go ahead. If you can take it a little further, getting a nice little stretch in. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, your eyes look awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful gate poses. And then exhale, we'll take right palm down. And left arm comes up. You want to lift the left leg. And we'll release, bringing it forward. Left leg comes back, and left knee comes forward. Excellent. Okay, very good. We're going to tuck the toes and send the hip bones up, downward facing dog. So first one of the practice, let's go ahead, pedaling out the heels. So walking our dog. Pressing into the mat with both palms, bringing your fingers wide. Pressing through the crown of the head. And then pressing back through the chest. So bringing your chest back towards your thighs. And right here, let's go ahead, bringing both knees parallel to the mat. And looking over the mat, hopping, walking, or jumping. And we'll forward fold here, exhale. And then we'll take a half lift. Inhale up and exhale down. And let's rise up, arms overhead. Inhale and exhale, arms to center. Inhale, arms up and exhale. Inhale up and exhale. And inhale up. And let's swan dive, arms out to the side, and hinge at the hips forward, fold, exhale. Let's take both palms to the back, step back, high plank. If you need to modify the pose by bringing both knees to the mat, you can. Otherwise, let's chaturanga, shifting forward and lowering down, hugging both elbows in nice and tight. Belly comes down to the mat, tops of feet press in, and let's cobra. So peeling the chest all the way to the top of the navel. Excellent. Inhale, exhale down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale up, pressing through the tops of the feet. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up. Beautiful. Nice. Exhale down. Okay, let's press up here, either through tabletop or high plank. Let's send the hips high, downward facing dog. Let's take one breath. Knees are parallel to the mat. Hopping, walking, or jumping. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms through heart center. And let's bring arms up. Inhale up. And we're going to take the right wrist to the left palm. Exhale to the right, half moon standing. And let's inhale up through center. Exhale. And inhale. Let's swan dive. Hinging at the hips, forward fold, exhale. Palms come to the mat. Let's step back, high plank. Chaturanga. Hugging elbows in nice and tight. Tops of feet come to the mat. Let's web our fingers, our palms, bring them to the outside of the mat. Rolling our shoulders up, back, down, and around, creating openness through heart center. And as we inhale up, coming to the top of our navel, or maybe a little higher. Inhaling up, and then we'll exhale down. And inhale up. Excellent. Beautiful. And exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Palms come to the top of your rib cage. And we will come through high plank. Sending hips high. Downward dog. Let's take a breath. And knees are parallel. Hopping, walking, jumping, or running. Forward fold. And let's reach to rise. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, palms through heart center. Let's inhale, arms up. And then exhale, arms down by the side. Let's take both palms behind, interlacing palms. And we'll bring our gaze up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, bending your knees as much as your body will allow. And taking your chest to your thighs. Relaxing your head, relaxing your neck. And when you're ready, peeling your arms from your back, taking a yoga mudra variation. So, doing a shoulder opener. That's what we're doing here. Opening up through the shoulder girdle. Honoring your body so we're not causing any pain or any injury. If it hurts, do not do it. And when you're ready to release, arms come to your back, releasing your fingers, extending both fingers forward, knees stay bent, chair pose. And typically in chair pose, we like to stick out our rear end. So we're going to Mulabanda, which is we press down through the tailbone and bringing our pelvis forward, which is Mulabanda root lock. So we're locking the root to create energy, to create heat. So with our breath. So our breath is sustaining us in this pose. And if you would like to come on your toes to do this, you can do that. And if you can do it, awesome. And then we'll forward fold, exhale. Let's take a half lift, maybe bringing some more length to the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Let's take a step back, high plank. Lowering down, chaturanga. Tops of feet press into the mat. We're going to extend arms forward. And as we Inhale, we'll bring everything off of the mat. So arms will come off the mat and legs will come off the mat, and continue to breathe. So you should have a rock and roll motion going. So inhaling up, arms and legs. Squeezing through the hands, squeezing through the glutes. And what we're doing here is we are getting rid of old energy. We're releasing toxins. We're squeezing. We're tensing. And we'll take a last exhale here. We'll exhale down right here on the mat. And then we'll inhale up, do it again. And then we'll exhale down left ear to the mat. Let's take both palms to the top of the rib cage. We'll press up here, high plank. Let's send hips high, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, right leg up. Three-legged dog. And we'll exhale, right foot through. We'll pivot the back foot and rising up for warrior one. So bending through the front leg. New mat. And relaxing our shoulders down and away from our ears. And when you're ready, legs stay the same, just finding your parallel arms. And sinking a little lower in the front leg for warrior two. Bringing your gaze over your front palm. And we'll take an inhale, straightening the front leg. Inhale up, and then exhale, sinking a little lower. And inhale, arms up, creating some space here, finding length. Exhale. Inhale up, and exhale. And again, inhale up. And one last time, sinking a little lower, warrior two. Let's flip the front palm, straightening through the front leg, reverse triangle, new mat, reverse triangle. So front leg is straight, back leg is also straight. We're coming to the midline, pressing through the right palm. And then let's go ahead, taking the left hip back and coming forward, finding your triangle. We're engaging in all 4 points of our core, of our solar plexus here. If you need a modification, if you need a block, please say you need a block. Good. I don't know what block is. Okay. It's a modification. And it's a pose. So we're in the triangle position, our pose. And we're going to release here. So left palm comes to the mat. We're going to pop up the left foot and then right arm comes up. So revolve lunge. If you'd like to drop the back knee, you can as a modifier. Or you can keep that leg straight. Twisting at the waist. And right palm comes down, kicking back. Sending hips high, downward facing dog. We'll take a breath here. And inhale, left leg up. Three-legged dog. And exhale, left foot through. Pivoting the back foot and rising up. Warrior one. So relaxing through the shoulders, maybe rolling your pinky fingers in. That helps me to relax through the shoulders in this pose. And maybe stay the same. Warrior two. Parallel arms. And then we'll straighten through the front leg. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale. Sinking a little lower, warrior two. Inhale up. And exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. And inhale, arms up. And one last time, exhale. Let's flip the palm, and we'll take it back. Oh, straight through the front leg, sorry, reverse triangle. So we're going to the midline. Pressing up through the left fingertips. And we're going to bring the right hip back. Front leg is straight. Triangle. And let's release. Right palm comes down to the mat. We'll pop the right foot up and left arm comes up. Shining our hearts open here. Revolve lunge. And left palm comes to the mat. Let's kick it back. High plank. Let's take our knees to the mat here, taking any variation of a child's pose that feels good to you. So you can bring your knees together, which is your traditional child's pose, extending both arms forward. If you want to bring your knees wide or palms to the soles of your feet. And then you have reverse namaste, prayer hands on the back of the neck. And when you're ready, we'll press up here. Let's tuck our toes, sending our hips high, downward dog. And we'll inhale, right leg up. And we'll exhale, right leg through, taking a half pigeon here. Straightening through the left leg. Now, are you doing half pigeon?
Yeah, my legs are sore.
Is it sore? Do you need a block? Or do you need to modify? You can modify by bending. Do you need a block, Mindy?
No, I'm just trying to keep up.
Okay. Do you need a block?
I'm just watching.
Okay. So bending the front knee, and then you can also bend the back knee as a modification. And then you can also use the block underneath the right but it is. Need a ball? You want me to get you a ball? No, you're good? Okay. If you are in half pigeon and you would like to take your resting pigeon, going down to the mat, and taking a moment here. You were saying you wanted to do these. Does that feel okay? You feel all right? Okay. And if you're in resting pigeon and you're ready to come up, taking both palms to the mat or to the earth and walking yourself up nice and slow. And let's go ahead, we'll tuck the left toes and we'll inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. And exhale, right leg down. And we'll go to the other side. Left leg comes up. And exhale, left leg through. So taking it to the other side, you can either bring a block underneath the left glute or bending at the left knee also. And then if you are ready to take it down to resting pigeon, you may bring it down. Send a breath to the left hip. And in this pose, coming to your edge. So coming to your resistance, coming to the place of resistance in this pose. And I'm taught in yoga that when I come to the edge, I'm taught to breathe through it. It's kind of the same in recovery. When I come to the edge, I'm taught to pause and breathe through it. Coming to the place of resistance. The pain is in the resistance. And when you're ready to come out of resting pigeon, we'll take both palms to the earth or to the mat and gently walking ourselves up nice and slow. We'll go ahead tucking the right toes and we'll press ourselves up. Inhaling, left leg up. And left leg comes down. Let's go ahead walking our hands and feet together. We'll bring our feet about hip width distance apart. Relaxing our head and relaxing our neck. Finding a gentle softness across the knees. Coming to a place of limpness. Bringing both palms to opposite elbows. And creating a nice gentle sway back and forth. for ragdoll. And when you're ready and when you're able, bringing both feet as wide as you can to your mat, we'll take our squat here. Bringing both palms to heart center and elbows pressing in on the knees for Malasana or Darwin pose. Maintaining the head, heart, pelvis alignment. Excellent for grounding and excellent for hip opening. And if you would like to try crow pose, taking both palms to the mat and knees to your triceps. You have some crows out there today. Good job, Misty. Excellent. Right? Yes. Got some crows in the house. Nice. Did you know you could do that? That's awesome. And we'll go ahead and bring our sit bones down to the mat. We'll extend our legs forward. Active in our feet for staff pose. And taking our arms up. What time is it? 6 o'clock? It's only 6 o'clock. Oh. Having so much fun. And I'm blind. I thought it was like 5:40. Okay, sorry. So staff pose, arms up. Inhale. And let's lead with our heart folding over. And just finding the length here in our inhale. And exhale, relaxing. And bringing both palms to the mat and just walking ourselves up here. And let's come to our sit bones, and we'll take both legs parallel to the mat, extending arms forward, staying active in both palms and arms, taking toes to the mat and back up, and we'll take our heels and back up. Now, if this feels good to you, you can stay here, or if you'd like to take a full bow. And if you're shaking, it's working, and wobbling, it's working. Making our way down to the mat. Let's bring our arms out into a T. Taking both knees into our chest. And when you're ready, we'll bring both knees, gently dropping them over to the left. If you'd like to straighten through the right leg, you can. Taking your palm into your right foot. Let's take our gaze over our right shoulder, just making sure that both shoulder blades are connected to the earth. And when you're ready to release, we'll take both knees back to center. And we'll drop our knees over to the right. Again, if you'd like to straighten through the left leg. You have that option. And we'll find our gaze over our left shoulder. Enjoying this delicious supine twist. And when you're ready, let's roll our knees back into center. Taking both arms around our knees. Let's give ourselves a great big squeeze here, carving our nose up toward our knees. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a pat on the back for our practice today. Remembering how important we are and that we matter. And let's bring our head back down to the mat, making small circles or large circles with our knees. And maybe happy baby, both palms to the arches of the knees and drawing your knees down towards your armpits, gently rocking over the spine, stimulating and bringing good vibrations to the body. And if there is another pose that your body's calling for, or something that you would like to do, now is the time to do it. Like we're taking Shavasana right now. So, extending both legs to the front of the mat. And allowing both feet to fall to the corners of your mat. And taking both arms down beside you, palms facing up. And coming back to your breath, coming back to the natural rhythm of it. Relaxing on the mat, allowing yourself permission to arrive fully here in this moment, right now. Adding your breath, come back to the natural rhythm. And I'd like to invite you to open your heart by snuggling your shoulders down the mat just a little bit more. Relaxing even more into the mat. Relaxing your forehead. Relaxing any facial expressions you may have on your face. Relaxing your eyelids. Relaxing your nose. Relaxing your cheekbones. Relaxing your lips. Taking your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Unclenching your jaw. Not much to do in this pose, but just to be, letting everything fall away. And just allowing yourself to be in this moment here, right now. Finding stillness, right here, right now. And beginning to wiggle your toes and fingers. Gently and slowly. Bringing your arms overhead, creating a nice long stretch for yourself. And on your next breath, finding your feet. And when you're ready, coming into a nice, comfortable seat with your eyes closed. And we'll bring both palms together, heart center, Undulate Mudra. And taking this moment and finding the appreciation in your practice today. Making a mental note of thank you to your body for allowing it to show up for you today. And to help me to seal in the practice this evening by bringing both thumbs to your third eye. It's the light and truth in me that honors and bows to the light and truth in each of you. And together we say namaste. Namaste. And thank you for allowing me to practice with each of you tonight. Thanks. And thank you for allowing me to be with you tonight. Thank you. Satnam. Thank you, Mike. Thank you to Mike. We're having food and fellowship. Come on down. Thank you for being here tonight.